Hey Capsuleers, it's Osvaldo Adridian, aka Oz, and once again I want to welcome you to the download. This episode of the download, we're going to go ahead and talk about something that is very tempting to new players, and what that is the P.L.E.X system. And if you don't know what a P.L.E.X is, it's an in-game item that you can buy off the EVE Online website for $15, roughly $15 American. And what it does is allow you to add game time to your account and some other things, but those are minor compared to the game time. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up in the market real quick, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Pilot services. Here you go, P.L.E.X. So you see here, one P.L.E.X is equal to 30 days of game time and some other shit, whatever. But it's the 30 days of game time what really entices new players. Okay. Now, I always see like Reddit posts and, you know, I'll talk to New Bros in Corp or, you know, EVE Online forum posts saying, hey, I'm a new player. I want to P.L.E.X my account. I heard you can play for free. I want to do that. You know, blah, blah, blah. Well, I want to point something out here is that roughly, you know, P.L.E.Xes are roughly about 800 million ISK. Okay, roughly. So, and that's no matter where you go. They might be a little bit more, they might be a little bit less, but they're about 800 million ISK. And as a new player, you're going to be doing activities such as mining, or mining in a little adventure, or maybe low-level missions, stuff like that. And they're not that lucrative at first. Okay, so you might be doing those activities and wondering how the hell you're going to make 800 million ISK. Now, this series of playlists is going to show you different ways to make ISK, okay, and how to be effective at those different techniques and those different ways to make ISK. And as a new player, making 800 million ISK, and this is the trick, okay? This is how you do it. Making 800 million ISK in the 2-week trial period, or whatever, and maybe in the first month. The simple fact of the matter is, guys, as a new player, you don't. Okay? You can't. It's just not, it's not reasonable to make 800 million ISK as a new player in that short amount of time. Okay? There are exceptions, and I'm going to go over those. I know of one exception of a pseudo new player making that, making a P.L.E.X in the first 2 weeks. I will say, however, that player kind of did a bunch of research and had spreadsheets and took up a very lucrative activity to actually perform that, okay? And at the time, the P.L.E.X were only 400 million ISK a pop. Okay, they were half the price they are now. 800 million ISK is pretty fucking steep, I'm going to be honest with you. So, I don't want to say, don't get discouraged of one day P.L.E.Xing your account. Sure, yeah, one day you will be able to P.L.E.X your account, but at the time, like starting out, don't even try it, because what will happen is that you'll get burned out, all right, and you won't want to play EVE because you're like, well, fuck, man, it's so hard to make ISK. No, the simple fact of the matter is 800 million ISK is a lot of ISK to, quite a lot of people, all right. You might be asking yourself right now, well, Oz, what's the point of a P.L.E.X if I can't do that? If I can't buy it, what's the point of a P.L.E.X? Well, I feel, and a lot of other veterans feel, that the P.L.E.X is sort of a reward for newer or for older players. Okay, players who've stuck around for a while. And they have the skills and the knowledge to actually make that amount of ISK in a reasonable amount of time. Okay? Because there's activities that you can do in EVE once you get the knowledge and the skill points that you can make 800 million ISK in, a couple hours, 3-4 hours. So that's kind of where the P.L.E.X is directed to. I don't really, mean to burst anybody's bubble or hurt anybody's feelings, because I know there's some people out there like, oh, well, what does this guy know, blah, blah, blah. like I said, I've seen a lot of people get burned out. People that, you know, would have been great pilots. I know they would have loved this game, and they would have, you know, really enjoyed it and been great comrades. You know, great people to fly with and shoot the shit with. You know, but they got burned out, and they never gave it another chance because they got so fixated on plexing their fucking account. Okay, you'll see guides and you'll see tutorials and everything else on how to plex your account in 2 weeks, or how to plex your account in a month, or whatever. And those guides and tutorials are made by veterans who made a trial account specifically for that thing. Okay, specifically for plexing. They know where exactly to go, they know exactly what skills to train, they know what to look for, you know, they know how to game the system to make that ISK. Okay? So I feel like those guides and tutorials are very misleading. And you know, yeah, I will be showing you guides and tutorials on how to make ISK. Okay? But none of those ways are gonna be like, fucking, this is how you plex your account. Okay? I'm being serious. Spend the money, you know, the $15 fucking, or however much it is wherever you live, to pay for your game time. You know, really, because if you can't afford $15 a month, hey, there's maybe you gotta look at a couple other things in life, you know, instead of EVE Online. You know, personally, me, I don't even really plex my account. I've been playing since 2009. I don't plex my account. It's 800 million ISK. You know, I might buy, if I want some little additional ISK, I might buy them on the website and sell them in game, because, like I said, they're approximately 800 million ISK. So whenever I need a little bit of extra ISK, you know, I want to buy a nice expensive ship just for fun and go get it blown up, yeah, I'll buy a couple of these and just sell them, whatever. But as far as like plexing my account, nah, too much hassle for that shit, you know. So this next episode, guys, that's all I'm going to talk about plexing, because it does kind of frustrate me hearing new players like kind of be like down talk EVE because they can't make enough, you know, ISK to plex their account. So that's why I wanted to make this the very first video, aside from the intro, the very first video on this whole ISK making sort of playlist. So the next video we're going to talk about mining. Mining is like the backbone of EVE Online, and it's the first thing a lot of players do. Okay, like 99% of all players just mine. That's like the first thing they do. Okay, so we're gonna just go ahead and start with that, and then we'll after that one we're gonna talk about manufacturing, and we're just gonna go from there. And then we'll do like the combat type activities you can do, like missions, and you know, other shit like that. All right, guys. So until next time, like I always say, fly safe, fly smart, and most importantly, have fun. Because if you're not having fun, what's the fucking point? Alright, guys, have a good one.